Hey everyone, it's Elizabeth here from Neverland Creative, and today I'm going to be going through my week 11 process, plus my inserts for Day in the Life, which was on March 15th. And I'm starting off with my title card for the week, and I'm going to be using this green flecked Beautiful Mess card from probably somewhere in 2015. And to that card I'm going to be adding these American Craft stickers. Those are the trinket thicker letter stickers, and they're really fun. They have a bunch of different colors on them, which works really well with this layout because I knew that I wanted some yellows and some pinks and some green as well. So those letter thickers kind of help tie the whole spread together. And to spell out the dates, I'm going to be using these Pink Fresh Studio Escape the Ordinary Gold Foiled Alphas to spell out 12 through 18, and that's pretty much my title card completed. So this was also the week of St. Patrick's Day, obviously, if it's the 12th through the 18th. So I found this St. Patrick's Day 4-leaf clover Project Life card in my stash, and I also believe that that is from a Beautiful Mess box from 2015, and I decided that I was just going to use a little snippet of it to put on that back of that transparency that I had used in week 10. As you can see, the week 10 side says you can do this with a bunch of enamel dots, and on my week 11 side I'm just going to adhere that clover leaf pattern paper, and then I'm going to take a piece of chipboard from my March Ali Edwards story kit, and I'm just going to adhere that down onto the background, and that's going to be my little ode to St. Patrick's Day for this year. We didn't actually do anything for hardly any of the holidays this year, so I just wanted to make a little note of it and then keep on going. So as you can see, I have some journaling printed out on this vellum, and I'm just cutting all of my journaling into strips. I just wrote probably 3 or 4 words about each of the photos that I have in this layout. As you can see, I sped it up quite fast because it took a while and it was really painstaking, so yeah. So here I am with all of my strips cut out, and I'm just going to adhere one of them to that photo of my morning smoothie, and that one says absolute favorite smoothie, strawberry shortcake, and I added those with simple glue runner. Because it's vellum, you could probably see through, but honestly, I don't think it's enough to bother me. If it was a little bit bigger strips or something like that, it might, but for this layout, it actually worked really well. And I also added that little AM chipboard, and that is from a Studio Calico Hello Forever chipboard set, also from 2015. The Day in the Life card that you just saw is from a Beautiful Mess, and I added a chipboard also from the Studio Calico Hello Forever that just had the days of the week. It pretty much all I'm doing right now is just adding my vellum phrases to each of my photos, and I think I add a couple of embellishments to almost every photo, I believe. I'm going to add some of those gold foiled alphas to some of the photos, and I just use the first letter of the day that I took the photo on. So that one says T for Tuesday, and so on and so forth. And I just did that to kind of bring that gold foiled look to the rest of the layout, because I felt like that was really the only place that had gold foil on it. So I wanted to kind of spread it out and make a visual triangle with 3 instances of gold foil alpha stickers. So here I am, and I'm working on this card, which is from a Beautiful Mess kit from 2015, and I'm just layering a 4x4 photo, or a 3x3 photo, I believe, actually, on there, and I'm actually going to be adding some journaling with some vellum. And on this photo of my daughter, I'm going to add some of my trinket letter thickers to spell out 18, and then I'm going to also add the MO for months, and that's because my daughter turned 18 months old this week on the 17th, so I thought I would add that, and all I have left to do is add some journaling. So here you can see that I printed out quite a few journaling cards, and I had this idea that I was going to add some vellum journaling to the Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday card, but I ended up really not liking how it looked, so I decided to cut the Sunday, Monday, and so on parts off the card and then print a journaling card. And to cover up the seam there, showing that those two cards are actually not all one, they're two separate cards that I cut together, I'm going to be adding, I don't know what exactly you could call this, fluffy cotton ball ribbon, I guess. But I thought it was really playful and really cute, and since that journaling card is all about the sensory activities that I did with my daughter this week, I thought that works really well. As you can see, I did chop off one more cotton ball than I should have, but that's all right. On this card that is showing some of the details that I've been loving this past week, I added that and chipboard piece, which is from the Hello Forever Studio Calico chipboard set, and I'm just going to add the details from one of the January digital kits. I think that was the January digital kit from Ali Edwards, and I just cut out the details piece and put that on there. And here I am working on my day in the life inserts. So I actually have a couple of different kits for day in the life. I had the Day in the Life 2018 #1 kit, which has that Today's Stories card and the cards that have the titles like music, food, and drive, chores, and all of those. And then I also picked up the Day in the Life mini kit #2 from 2017, and that one has all of the hours in the day. So I'm going to be using a combination of both of those kits to make my inserts. So as you can see, I'm just going through and I'm matching my photos to the dates pretty much. And I'm also going to be adding a couple of the relevant themed cards too, like food, clothes, that kind of thing. And I'm just going to add that in there between the hours. So at 11 o'clock we had breakfast and we changed, I guess. And I wanted to make sure that I included all of the photos that I really liked from the day. I took around 300 photos for Day in the Life, which is a lot. But I managed to pare it down to a couple for every hour. And I really liked how this page turned out. As you can see, I skipped ahead a little bit so that you can see kind of what my finished layout ends up becoming. And it ended up being 2 6x12 page protectors, and all my page protectors are 3x4. So I just took a 9x12 page protector that was divided into 3x4s, and I just cut the last 3 inches off, and that left me with 2 6x12 page protectors that had 3x4 pockets. So here I am kind of moving things around. I wanted to make sure that there was a filler card on each side of my page protector. So that first page has the Today's Stories with the date. The second page is going to have that not every day is good, but there is something good at every day. And then the third one has the Today Life that I just added. And that's simply the back side of the card of one of the time stamp cards. So as you can see, I have been adding some chipboard, and I'm going to be adding some embellishments to a lot of these photos in the layout. I really liked how this turned out. Usually I'm not an embellishment on every Project Life card type of girl, but I really do like how this turned out. It was simple, but yet there's something on pretty much every card. And I'm just using some of the stickers and chipboard that came in my Day in the Life kit. So as you can see, I added some of those little icons, and I'm also going to be adding these acetate circles to some of the cards. Now, I struggled with these acetate circles because I didn't remember that they had a clear covering on them. So when I tried to staple some of them down, it actually messed up the staples, and I had a major hard time with that. But I cut most of that out of the video because I doubt you all want to see me struggling with my acetate circles. So as you can see, just adding a couple of different things to each of the cards. I tried to add in multiples of 3. Sometimes it was 2, but I tried really hard to do multiples of 3 because I found that that's what's most pleasing to the eye. And as I said, pretty much everything that I'm using is from either one of those Day in the Life kits by Ali Edwards, and I will link the ones that are available down below. One kit is only available digitally right now. The physical kit actually sold out during the sale, but I will link to the ones that are available. And those word phrases and the icon stickers that you can see on my desk right there while I'm changing my stapler are actually from the Ali Edwards Story Planner sticker bundle. And if you've taken a look at Ali's kits, or pretty much anything that Ali sells, you'll know how versatile pretty much all of her products are. Just because it's marketed for the story planner doesn't mean that you can't use it for something like day in the life or week in the life or vice versa. Just because it says day in the life and it's a day in the life kit doesn't mean you can't use it in other projects. So I really love that. I love that Ali has pretty much the same color schemes going throughout all of her kits. They work really well together, and it just really gives a cohesive look to your album when you use a lot of Ali's kits. So I don't get any money for pushing Ali's products, but they're definitely some of my absolute favorite scrapbooking supplies to work with, so that's why you see them featured a lot in my videos. So one of the things that I hear a lot about day in the life is if you don't document every single hour of your day, you're kind of failing at day in the life. And I just wanted to let you all know that I did not take pictures for about probably 6 hours in the afternoon of day in the life. I was talking on my phone and I completely forgot, and yeah, so at first I was kind of bummed because, you know, there were some things that happened during those 3 hours, but I actually really liked the fact that I didn't document every single part of my day, because that gave a little bit, that's what my day is. I get busy, I get distracted by things, and it's okay if not every single hour is documented. I still documented the things that were important in my day, and I still managed to give a pretty good view of what my normal day looks like right now. So as you can see, the time jumps from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. and I just have 2 photos from there. One of a screenshot of my my husband calling for the day, and another one of the salad that I made for dinner. And that's perfectly fine. I don't mind that there's nothing for 4, 5, 6, 7. I actually kind of like the fact that I had this little break in between during my day. So if you have tried to do day in the life before and you just find yourself not remembering to take photos, that's okay. It seriously is. You don't have to take photos for every single hour of your day. You can even take photos of different themes. Like, instead of doing a picture every day, you could do a picture for each of the topics on Ali's day in the life cards, like music and stuff like that. I decided to combine them because that's just what I decided to do, but you can do pretty much anything you want. I think a lot of people get stuck in this mentality that memory keeping, you have to do it exactly like how everyone else is doing it, and that's totally not true. You can do it however you want to do it and whatever feels right for you. So here I am just going to be adding a couple of things to this last couple cards. I added that tired embellishment on there of my daughter right before she goes to bed, and I also have this QR code, and I'm going to be adding that to my layout, and that's just a QR code of a couple videos that I took during this day. And if you want to know how I did that, you can look at my process video for adding QR codes to your layout. That was a Photoshop Friday, and I will link that below. And I think that actually adds a really cool element to my Project Life album, that you can scan the QR codes and have videos. So as you saw, I didn't add any journaling to those 3x4 cards. There's no journaling throughout that whole 2 spreads of day in the life. So I actually decided to add my journaling as a 6x12, which is the same size as those 3x4 pockets, but just as a plain 6x12 journaling spot. So I printed that out, and I don't have a 12 by 12 printer, but I managed to fit 8 by 10 boxes of text on my 8.5 by 11, and I simply just cut those out, and I'm adhering them onto this Simple Stories Posh Collection Choose Happy paper. The paper is called Choose Happy, the collection is called Posh, and I'm just going to adhere my journaling onto that paper. And I'm also going to be adding a couple of embellishments to the top and the bottom of each page. Since this journaling goes together, I left a little bit of room on the top, and then on the second page, I left a little room on the bottom. So I'm going to be adding, not a day in the life because that didn't fit, but I added March 15th with those gold stickers from Pink Fresh Studio. And yeah, so I go ahead and add that down, March 15th, and I end up using 2 lines for that because it was just a little bit too long to add on 1 line. And then I add this chipboard that says Story of My Life, which is also from an old Studio Calico chipboard set. And that's pretty much it. Now, if you're wondering, I did use my fuse tool to make that 9 by 12 page protector into a 6 by 12. And if you have a fuse tool or sewing machine, you can do that as well. I know that Studio Calico also sells 6 by 12 page protectors. I just, I hadn't ordered them yet, and I really wanted to complete this layout before too long, so I just made them my own with my fuse tool. So I'm really excited with how this layout turned out. I really, really love it. I love the insert, and I definitely think I'm going to be doing more inserts like this in the future. And I'm excited to see what you guys' day in the life looks like.
Alright, so this is my finished week plus day in the life. As you can see, if you just lift this up right here, it looks like a regular week, and then I decided to do some 6 by 12 inserts for my day in the life. So this is kind of what it looks like. I tried to keep some of the same color schemes as my my week, so there's a lot of orange, yellows, greens, that kind of thing. And as you can see, I don't really have journaling when I'm going through all the hours in my day, but I do have this really long 2-page 6 by 12 journaling that I did for a blog post that I actually just added straight into my project life album. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you'd like to see more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel, and have a great day. Thanks so much. Bye.